Welcome back.
I'm going to pretend that was an acceptable Professor Oak impression. We're just going to move on. So here we are again in the weapons world, weapons factory. I don't know why I got that treasure chest, because there's another one just like it down here. So if you want to doubly refill your HP to max, there you go. You just fall down, and I think that's probably the only place that you can fall down and it actually is a benefit to you. So I mentioned last time that there's a lot of bosses in this area. We just passed one just now. Hey, Amoeboid. Whom I eviscerated last time. That's not the right word at all. It's a good word, though. I should use it correctly more often. This is an interesting array of enemies. Poundette. Let's see. Yeah. I'm gonna just do a lot of see ya in this one. We at least got a taste of what those enemies are like. Not how they actually attack, but... And there's Mac. Whose name I have forgotten in the remake. I know it has something to do with Claymore. It probably wasn't Mac Claymore, but I'm going to claim that it was, because then I can make the stupid reference of, "Hey Mac Claymore, wanna go thrift shopping?" No. That platform just takes you right back, so I'm not going to bother with that one. Max Mushroom could be useful. Ugh. And there's Bowyer. Or Machine Maid, since everyone's a Machine Maid in this area. Yeah. These bosses have the boss fight music and everything, but you can run away from them. That's the main difference. It's good to at least get a glimpse of my favorite boss again, though. I do think he's probably still my favorite boss. Good old Forest Maze memories. Which actually, there's something that I wanted to talk about with the Forest Maze that I didn't talk about when we were actually there because it hadn't happened yet. So I've mentioned before Nintendo Capri Sun. He's the Let's Player that he's one of the Let's Players that I look up to, and somebody who has, inspired my work and influenced my work in different ways. Like, one thing that he does every so often, I don't know if he does it really so much anymore, but one thing that he has done before is he's spontaneously kind of Brental-flossed his videos, where partway, just out of nowhere in one of his playthroughs, he'll write lyrics and sing over one of the songs in the game. So, his influence is why I did that earlier in this playthrough with the whole Death by 1,000 Cuts song, or 100 Cuts song, whatever it was. But, yeah, he did his own Forest Maze music for his playthrough of Super Mario RPG back in, I think, 2011. And the beginning of the lyrics to that song are as follows, and I'm going to say the A word, so hopefully you don't mind. But he said, "I am in the forest walking round, but my friend Gino cannot be found. I've been looking up and I've been looking down, and there's no sign of that blue-ass clown." And the reason I sang that just now is because those are very specific lyrics. You know, those are not lyrics that you're likely to hear two people come up with independently of each other, because it's such a weird nickname for Gino. But yeah, so he made the song back in his 2011 video, and then I was telling my friend about this online, and then he said, "Wait a minute." And then a minute later, he linked me to a different video of somebody's animation of a different song, like a different Forest Maze with Lyrics song. Not Rawest Forest. It was a different one entirely. But the lyrics to the song, most of them were all unique lyrics as far as I know, but the beginning of it was the same lyrics as Nintendo Capri Sun's song, with the blue-ass clown and everything. And I don't think that he was given credit in the description or anything. I don't know for sure whether he was asked permission or what, but yeah, it was just very odd that apparently my friend and I had both heard the exact same lyrics from two completely different sources with two completely different people about 2 years apart from each other, because I think it was a 2013 video that he showed me. Just such an interesting thing. This boss fight's going on longer than I wanted it to. We're going to be seeing so many boss fights. This is basically the only machine made that you have to fight, because if you don't, then the brick that blocks the next area doesn't go away. I should have said the block that blocks this area doesn't go away. Oh, Yardavik. And we got coins for that fight too, I guess. Didn't realize that. I don't know if they all explode like that with coins. I'm just not sure. And I don't know if this is the kind of thing that future me wants to look up, so that might just not be something that I cover. I don't feel the need to cover 100% of everything. And now we're here. Right into the next boss. Mweeheehee! Behold, they've taken the bait. What do you mean the bait? Hee hee hee. I guess I can spare a few minutes. Maybe they'd like to play. So we got Cloaker, who has teeth that clatter up and down and almost look like a mustache. And we've got Domino, who is wearing a cloak. And also looks like Plock, but purple. Which I'm pretty sure is the same observation that Bicked Up on a Bus made in his Let's Play, but it's still true. That's some weird layering right there. So the way that this fight works is, depending on which of these two bosses you defeat first, the other one will be in the second phase of the fight, because there's going to be a second phase. Now, I'm going to defeat Domino first, because Domino is definitely the more annoying of the two. Has much harder hitting attacks. Even though, well, they also have less HP, which is even more incentive to defeat them first, because it just makes the fight go by a little bit faster. Yeah, everybody's afraid now. Ooh. I would like to heal Gino before this gets any worse. Because I still only have the one pick-me-up. Since I didn't go back, like, I could have gone back to buy some pick-me-ups in, like, Monstro Town or something, but it would have taken a while because I would have had to backtrack through all of Bowser's Keep again. That's something that I don't love about this area. I am going to have to backtrack anyway, but I just don't want to do it yet. You know, I should have done Star Egg. Star Egg is useful here. Star Egg is useful everywhere. But I'm gonna refrain. Like a song, I'm gonna refrain. This is tougher than I thought. I don't like where this is going. Bounces backwards. And then in a rare instance of the screen scrolling during a boss fight, we've got this intimidating thing. Which, because Cloaker is above the snake... Oh, we're not seeing that yet. I was gonna... Okay, because Cloaker is above the snake, it is called Earthlink. Now, if Domino was above the snake, then it would be called Mad Adder, which is clearly the better name, so they went with Mad Adder for both iterations in the remake, just completely removed this name because it's dumb. And I believe that if you beat the snake... Oh. I don't like that word choice, actually. I believe if you defeat the snake, then Cloaker also goes down, so I'm just gonna focus on the snake. Yeah, this should be fine. This might take a while, though, if everybody's going to be in fear status mode. Do I have an Able Juice? I don't remember. I do have Caro-Cola. I don't remember if that cures effects or not, but I feel like it would be a bit of a waste to use right now, so... I'm just going to keep attacking. I wonder how Star Rain would do. Which, this is the move that I was thinking about when I saw the Dark Star earlier. I just forgot. I didn't know that it was Mallow's move. I don't think... When I think giant star bouncing on an enemy, I don't think rain. That's just not the word that I would use to describe that. Yeah, I don't know how to get rid of Gino's status, so I'm just gonna lean all in on Mario. I'm going all red. Betting it all. It is 5:10 in the morning. Gino is dead. This is acceptable, though. Yeah, I have one pick-me-up. I will go ahead and use it. because I don't anticipate really using it in the other fights in this video, because there's going to be more. Oh, and I got a freebie anyway, that's great. Yeah, pick me up before you, BOGO. When it comes to, I don't know, relevant topics of discussion in my life currently, this is such an uninteresting thing to talk about, but I've been using a GameStop membership for a while to get deals on games. Like, usually once a month I'll get $5 off of a game, but... and also, every once in a while, there's this offer for, like, buying 2 used games, getting 1 free, which is a really good deal. Because if you buy, you know, 3... Or if you get 3, Oh, what? I didn't mean to do that, I meant to do Star Egg. Oh well. Well, that demonstrates that we can't run from this fight, I guess. I'm kind of worried about Mario. I'm gonna use the Max Mushroom on Mario. But anyway... Yeah, it's a really good deal if you get 3 $60 games and you only have to pay for 2 of them. But I am thinking that maybe I'll cancel the membership soon because I have probably used it to the extent that I'm ever going to. I feel like I've gotten all the games that GameStop actually has that I want. But on a different GameStop-related note, I did go to a GameStop a while back that had very amusing box art. Because there were a few games in there that didn't have proper covers, and so I guess one of the employees made their own covers, and it was really excellent. Because they look really dumb. I'm going to show them right now, because I took pictures. Okay, I'm going to HP Rain Mario. That seems like a good idea. With the Happy Cloud. Beat the devil out of this damage, I guess. And keep attacking. Oh, and I actually have a whole GameStop-related story that I could get into. Because I actually tried applying for a GameStop a while back. It wasn't a successful endeavor, but it was a story nonetheless, because... So, I think it might have been on... I'm going to say it was a Friday, I'm not 100% sure, but on a Friday, we'll just say, I went to the GameStop website. There are 2 GameStops in our area, and I wanted to apply for the closer one, or at least I wanted to go to a job interview with the closest one, because it would be convenient. I think if you apply for one, you're basically applying for both, because they're both owned by the same owner, and depending on your availability, you might have to work one or the other, that kind of thing. But yeah, and here's that weird animation where it just kind of collapses into itself like a hollow cake. Yeah. But anyway, it was I got a call back almost immediately from the CEO. Wait, what? No. I guess the manager. I think it was the manager. Which is fitting, considering the enemy that we're about to fight is the clerk, and then the next one's the manager, and then the next one after that is the director. But to continue the story, so he called back almost right away. It was like within the hour, and he said, okay, what day can you... Or no, what he said was, can you do a job interview on Monday? And I said, sure. And he said, alright, see you there. That was basically the entire phone conversation. It lasted maybe 40 seconds. Maybe not even 40 seconds. There wasn't any clarification on, like, where to meet up or anything like that. Just, yeah, can you be there? Be there. Okay. So over the weekend, I tried to prepare for this job interview. I was like, okay, so what do other people say GameStop job interviews are like? And I heard stuff like, okay, well, they say that typically a question that you get asked is, what's your favorite game? Which is a nice question to be asked, because if you can talk about your favorite game at length and have some clear passion doing so, then it shows that you have passion for the work, and you can talk to customers about games that way, and that kind of thing. You can be a friendly employee. I thought that might be, you know, nice knowledge to know. And I arrived at the GameStop about 30 minutes early, dressed accordingly. Like, slightly professional, slightly casual, with a gamer t-shirt that I had under a jacket or something. And I was told by the young lady behind the counter, whenever I showed up for the interview, I said, yeah, I'm here for the interview. She said, oh, that's going to be at the other location. And she also said, yeah, our manager is not very good at communicating. So, yeah, you're supposed to be over there, actually. And, so I just had to quickly think, well, what am I going to do about this? Okay, I guess I will hightail it out of here as quickly as possible. Quickly put the other location into my GPS, because I'd never actually been there before, except maybe once, but it wasn't the place that I'd driven to before myself. And I got there as quickly as I legally could, and got to the interview a little late, which is a great sign, of course. The guy was very stern. He was like a no-nonsense kind of guy. The interview, which I expected to be longer and more chill, the interview was more like, alright, tell me why you're right for this job. And then I just had to answer that question the best that I could. And then right after that he was like, okay, here's the job, or here's what the job is like. Can you do this? And I said, well, sure, I guess, that sounds fine. I was also unclear on what the job, like the nature of the job actually was, because there were two openings, one for a seasonal position and one for a more typical position, and I didn't know that, so I picked the seasonal one and it sounded a lot worse. But I don't know. Oh, by the way, Toad is going to give you another item once you're done with this, so I guess I'm going to sell the Max Mushroom and let him give me the, I believe it's rock candy? Yeah, rock candy. Wish that they just told us that in advance. Yeah, Toad is just kind of a temporary shop here. But anyway. Yeah, long story short, I didn't get the job. It was just a very strangely handled situation. So here's the manager. Not the manager that I talked to for the job interview.
Not so fast. Not so fast. You sure are a cocky bunch. I rule this world, don't you forget it.
It's Mario. Mac 2 and Yardovic 2 didn't stop him?
No, leave Mario out of this. I'm the one you need to worry about, not him.
Mario, you're about to make the longest jump of your life. I've never understood this line. What are they trying to imply here? Like, you're gonna make a long jump to the afterlife? You're gonna run away? I don't know what they're...
You're ignoring me.
Bowser continues to be the most pathetic version of himself. I'm just gonna mostly attack the manager, because the hammers are really, really weak, and if you defeat them all, then they all come back. So, I mean, it would maybe save some time to defeat two of them, and then just keep going, but I'm not gonna bother. I'm just gonna put all of my focus on Shovel Knight here, because that's totally what this guy is, except instead of a shovel, it's an axe, but they're, like, adjacent. It kind of looks shovel-esque. Sorry again, by the way, for my Shovel Knight slander, because I feel like I have been doing a bit too much of that. I do like the game. I don't know if I've ever said that, but I actually, for my 30th birthday, I decided I want to spend the time celebrating that milestone by playing through Shovel Knight for the first time. What do I actually want to do? I think I'm just gonna do Geno Boost next turn, I think is what I want. Mallet 1x1. Geno Boost, Mario. Hopefully it'll make this go by just a little bit faster. Betting it all on red. Ugh. Yeah, but I enjoy Shovel Knight, and I'm also really looking forward to Mina the Hollower, which might be out by the time that this video goes up. I'm not really sure. I mean, frickin' Hollow Knight Silk Song is gonna be out by the time this video goes up. That's crazy to think about. Just complete radio silence for years, and then, oh yeah, huge game. It's like Half-Life 3 finally coming out, even though it might never come out. I mean, I'm inclined to believe that it actually won't. It's kind of awesome, though. Yeah, Mina the Hollower, I did play the demo back when the demo was available, and I kind of wish that it felt more like, yeah, hold on. Gotta look at this. Like the moon over the day, my genius and brawn were lost in these fools. Haiku. Bowser's descent into, I don't know, thespianism continues. Yeah, Mina the Hollower, I played the demo. I wish that it felt more like Zelda. Not that it has any obligation to be more like Zelda, but I was just kind of hoping that it would be, like, because Zelda's one of my favorite game series. But it feels more like a top-down Castlevania, which is also pretty cool. I tried playing through Castlevania on the NES. I got reasonably far, but yeah, that game is too hard for me. I mean, I could probably beat it if I dedicated way more time to it. I mean, way more time. But I'm just going to leave that to the pros who grew up with the game. I could do Thunderbolt. I don't think Thunderbolt would actually do much. Star Egg it is. Yeah, you do your little dance. You're slapboxing the air, you pink star. You pink star, you. Well, not a star, you. That's a different thing. What is the pink star in the legendary Starfy called? Because that's a character. Oh, I didn't mean to... Oh well. Guess I'm saving some time. I'm gonna... Maybe I'll defeat 3 of these. Just cut down on the number of attacks that I have to avoid. Or 2. 2 works too. Yeah, Geno boost Geno now. I don't think I mentioned this, but I did play through the first 3 Legendary Starfy games a while back. Or maybe I did mention that, actually. I'm sure that I did, come to think of it, because I was talking about a different star enemy. That was months ago, though. It's hard to remember what I have and haven't said. But yeah, I want to say that the pink star was like Starly or something. Little ball of sass. So the director here... I think all 3 of these palette swap enemies all have virtually the same psychopath or thought peak as each other. They're all just like, I don't know, 15 years for this? Or something like this, except it's a different number of years for each one. This is going to be a slightly long video. I think this is where the video is going to end, and then I'll probably save 2 boss fights for next time. Come on, go down, Shovel Knight. Red Shovel Knight this time. For chivalry. Should I just start using Star Egg on everybody? That's lame. I don't want to do that. I just hate how there's fear status on these characters right now. Maybe I should have gotten Enable Juice. I can go back and get Enable Juice if I use one of my items now, I guess. But, oh well. Big ol' horns. This guy's Red Bull. Except he doesn't have wings. They say Red Bull gives you wings. So I don't know why he doesn't have wings. He is the Red Bull. So that means if he looked in a mirror, he would be scared of himself. Or however bulls... I mean, I know that bulls don't actually see red, not literally. What they're reacting to is more just the motion of the cape than the color, but... I don't know, gotta make the joke somehow. That was scary! Lowlifes, that's quite the insult. Yeah, this factory... This is actually a factory. Like, I don't know why the rest of the area is called factory when only this resembles a factory. But yeah, like I said, next time I think we're going to be fighting 2 bosses. One of them should be Smithy, but it's not going to be. Yep, it's finally that time. See you then.